Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Three Crones in the Woo Woo. I am Gayle Nicholson, resilience coach and metaphysical practitioner. I have with me today Krista Ducharme, intuitive healer, teacher, life coach, and Joanne Angel Barry Colon, certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, and cosmic energy reader. And I want to, even before we begin the show today, I want to invite you to visit our sponsor, Sue, over at Class Act Imports. She's got some amazing Baltic amber jewelry, and I am really, really excited about some of the things that I've gotten from her and some of the things that she's put on display. So, not now, but after the show, go over and join her Facebook page, follow her, and look at some of the pretties she's got. Don't forget, Valentine's Day is coming up, and self-love is the most important love of all. Right? Awesome. Yes. So, how are you ladies doing today? Krista, what's going on for you?
I'm doing really awesome. I feel like I don't know what happened since we were together last week. What the hell? Oh, wait a minute. I mean, I've done a lot of cooking and I've done a lot of eating. Of what I've been cooking, but yeah, no, it's been a really fun, easygoing kind of week. We actually had snow in an area that never gets snow, according to most of the Dutch people we have spent time talking to. However, it snowed every day, or it's snowed at least once a week for the last 3 weeks, and now we've actually had like several inches stick. So,
wow.
We'll see.
Hey, Tracy. Tracy has joined us in the Facebook group. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Trace, share it out. And if anybody else is in the group, share, like, comment. We need that love, please. Yes. I just want to be the first to invite y'all to do it. I need the love.
She scooped me. Darn it. You can scoop me anytime.
You can do it again. The more we invite them, maybe the more they'll get the clue.
Right. Awesome. Tracy's like, done, done, and done. Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. So that's interesting that you got snow where you don't normally get it. No. We got enough hail that collected on my pool slide that I could have made snowballs out of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, Joanne, did you get a suddenly 85-degree and sunny day there in New York?
No, actually not. No. They're forecasting for today, and this is the weather, guys, not cosmically speaking. They're forecasting. Let's not get confused. They're forecasting that we're supposed to get heavy winds and snow. As of right now, as I look out my window, there's no heavy winds. We did get a little snow this morning, but it's tapered off to some rain, and it doesn't even look like it's doing that right now. So I'm not really quite sure what the weatherman was thinking, but whatever they were, it wasn't 85-degree weather though, because I would have been really happy with 85-degree weather, because that's my weather.
There you go. So, Krista, I interrupted you. Please give us the rest of the update. You cooked? You're feeling great? What's up?
I'm feeling great. You know, I've been working on a vision board challenge, and I'm going to be doing my word of the year group again this week. So if you guys are part of the group, make sure that, you go in and comment so I know what's going on in your life. But if you aren't part of the group and you're interested, I'm going to add a link at the end of the show, and then you guys can come in and join the group, because I'll be doing a Facebook Live on Thursday. And yeah, I just really some awesome information I want to share. And
nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm very excited. And so how are you doing, Miss Gayle? You always go last, so I'm working on making you go next.
Honestly, I've been very, very sick. I have been very, very sick. About a week or so ago, I went over to visit a friend for the afternoon. I thought it was just going to be her and me, chilling out on the patio while her kid plays around. No, I walked in on a 4-year-old's birthday party / wedding reception for a friend whose bridal shower I went to. Yeah, this girl had rescheduled her wedding 4 times during the pandemic. 4 times. And she went, you know what? I'm done with this. Hey, you, get your certification online and marry me.
Okay.
So she had one of her friends who's an ordained minister online, Universal Life Church type of thing, marry them. I missed the ceremony, but apparently I showed up for the reception. I crashed the reception. And there was a bouncy house for the kids. And my granddaughter was in the bouncy house having the time of her life, right? A couple days later, she comes up sick, runny nose, the whole 9 yards, right? So I'm going over, I'm loving her, I'm cuddling her. Don't even think about it. I go to give her a kiss goodbye, and my lip is wet. And I'm like, ugh. A couple days later, I wake up all sludgy, and I'm like, you know what? This is obviously not COVID. I've had these hand-me-down colds from little kids for the last 20 years. I know exactly how to handle it. Made a batch of my homemade chicken noodle soup. Made my, what I call fireball tea, which is essentially natural Theraflu. Honey, ginger root, fresh lemon, hot water, and a shot of fireball. And between the chicken noodle soup and the fireball, how do I look?
You're looking good.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah, we're doing okay. So yeah, that's been my stuff. I put a lot of time into the show this week. We've got a couple of different winners to play with and announce. So that's exciting. But before we get to that, I want to have Joanne let us know how her week has been.
My week has been quite busy. There's just so much going on in my week. I feel like that I've become the writer of the year, so to speak. I've been writing every night. I'm currently participating in a couple of contributing books from this one particular woman. Mm-hmm. And I started off with a book which is called We Made It, and has all to do with the pandemic, which actually just launched, and I should have my copy soon. And then there's another book that she's got going on, and I forget the actual name of the title, but it's going to come out during Valentine's Day, and I haven't received confirmation yet if my submission's been accepted, because they get like 100 submissions and only 50 of them get accepted. So I'm waiting to hear on that one. And then I'm also, as we speak, right before we got on, I haven't done my workout yet, guys.
No. That never happens.
Yes, I was writing because this morning, or should I say last night, I sat there saying, I've never written a mystery. So is it in me to write a mystery? Can I write a mystery? So when I went to bed last night, I said to my guides, I said to my mom, am I supposed to write a mystery? Am I supposed to participate in this contributing book? I woke up this morning, made my breakfast, had my hot water with lemon, started drinking that. And before I knew it, pen to paper, which I don't usually do at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
You're not usually up at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, no, I am usually up at that time. That's
She's just not processing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Usually my first client's at 8 o'clock. So I am up.
Gotcha.
But they have pen to paper from about 10 o'clock to about 11, because I had to get myself ready to actually physically come to my studio for my next client. And then when she left, as soon as she walked out the door, pen to paper again, and been writing since about 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And just been writing and writing and writing. So yeah, it's like, oh my God. I just received an email this morning that one of the other contributing submissions that I submitted in sometime in November, the book is finally going to launch probably in 2 weeks, if not this week. So there's a lot of writing stuff going on for me. So like, I feel like, I became the incredible writer overnight, where all this creative juice is flowing out of my brain and onto paper. And it's like, okay, this is all wonderful. So yeah, but it's been a really great week and exciting week. And like, Krista shared that she's in a 7-day vision board challenge.
Yeah.
I actually am in the same challenge that she's in. It's
Yep.
quite a challenge.
It is.
As I am
Yep.
very familiar with vision boards, but not in the way of this process. So it's
No.
quite an eye opener, but it's all fun. So we'll see what
Yes.
happens with that. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Nice. Very, very cool. Very cool. We have a couple more people have dropped in. CJ Ives Lopez, Julie Delzell, thanks for commenting and saying hello.
Awesome.
I get to say it next. Please like, comment, and share this broadcast to be entered into our weekly giveaway. And I am so freaking excited about this weekly giveaway. So, but not yet. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Hey, and if they do it while we're live,
Ooh.
right already that you shared and that it's done.
Nice.
So do hashtag shared.
Yeah.
Or, that gives you not only your share, it gives you a comment.
Uh-huh. I like it.
I like it. Hey, and if you have a friend, tag them.
That's something we hadn't thought about before, tagging
That's right.
people to come onto the show.
Friends. Invite your friends, which if you're not sure how to do it because you're like, oh, well, I'm writing their name and it's not coming up, do the @ then their name, and it should come up.
Fantastic. Oh, Julie shared, CJ shared. Thank you so much, ladies. This is awesome. Having so much fun. All righty. So, let's see. What do we want to do next? Do we want to award a prize? We want to do what?
Stir the pot.
Yes.
Stir the pot.
Well, let's see how we can get that going.
That's one big pot. Holy cow.
Right. Oh, CJ, thank you. CJ has invited Melissa and Julie has invited Courtney. Fantastic. Join us. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So the next part of the show, technically speaking, if we're following the format, would be Joanne. So, Joanne, Miss Joanne, please let us know about your weekly guide to galactic empowerment.
All right. Well, considering you just got done talking about the weather itself, now let's talk about
the cosmology.
Yeah, the serious fun stuff where we don't need an umbrella or snow boots or maybe the bikini, whatever it is that we might be wearing during weather reports. However, here goes the cosmic report. I ask that you really get yourself grounded because we have a exciting but very intense full moon that is coming in on the 28th, which is this weekend. Exciting, but very intense. One of my clients asked me today, well, why is this moon so intense? And I love when my clients ask me the why question, but then I get annoyed because I'm like, damn, I have to know that answer too. Well, the reason why this particular moon is so intense, combination of reasons to start off with, it's an Aquarius energy, along with 6, because there's still one astrological sign, one planet rather, that has not moved into Aquarius just yet. And that will take place February 1st, which is our Venus sign. But the moon will follow in with the other 5 rather. My math today. Woohoo. So it's going to make it to the point where, yes, we are going to be analyzing, we are going to be evaluating, we are going to be overthinking everything. And those of us who do that naturally without the moon's help, bless our soul. That would be me, because again, this full moon, it's actually in Leo. It will be in Leo energy. So it's even though it's going to be wrapping up into Aquarius, it's in Leo energy.
Oh boy.
So when we think about this whole energy of the full moon, it's about really working on letting things go, clearing things out. And that also means that things, and Krista uses this word a lot, which I love, things that show up in the shadows may very well show up because they're showing up for 2 reasons. One reason is not necessarily about, well, I need to redo this again. Haven't I learned this already? It's not about that. It's not about having to go and relearn it. We're past that chapter. But what it is about is to recognize the work that you've done to get to where you are. It's almost like giving yourself permission to say, wow, I really did a good job. I healed from that. Pat yourself on the back for doing the work you did and move the hell forward. Do not get stuck in the shadow, because if you get stuck in the shadow, then yes, it's almost like you're going to step back into the shadow and fall into that old pattern of thinking and doing. And then yes, you're going to end up repeating it again, because if you fall back into the old pattern, it pulls you in. I have this crazy vision right now of this big monster with its mouth open and pulling you in because you're choosing to spend too much time in the shadow. So whatever the shadow shows up, let it show up, recognize it, give yourself permission to say, wow, I learned something, and then move forward. Run before the big monster pulls you in and sucks you in, because it will if you allow it. So that's the full moon's energy that's coming in on the 28th. And to make this more exciting, only because it's so damn close to one another, good old Mercury. What does Mercury do? Because Mercury loves to annoy the hell out of us. Mercury is all about communication. And our good old Mercury is going to be going retrograde on the 30th, right in time with our full moon's energy. Mercury is our planet of communication, technology. And I've noticed the way I said that, technology, traveling, scheduling. And I think for right now, we're pretty much safe on the traveling, because many of us are not doing that, or theoretically shouldn't be doing that. The shouldn't word, I don't really like that word too much, but I'm going to use it for today. Communication is a real big one, because again, because the moon is going to be moving into that Aquarius energy in February, it's going to cause us to start reflecting and analyzing everything to death, overanalyzing everything to death. It's almost going to be the point where we're going to have to go back and read the essay 500 times to make sure we've corrected everything. And meanwhile, it's perfect the way it is. And that's the Mercury energy doing that for us, for that matter. And please note that we will have, besides this Mercury retrograde, we will have 2 more this year. Thankfully, to goodness, it's only 3 this year, but usually there's 4. So we're blessed there. However, Mercury will go retrograde in 3 times this year, and all 3 times it will go retrograde in our air signs. So Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And that's this year. And a question that I'm asking myself in my own head, which I don't have the answer to, so I'll have to come back later and dare me to put the question out there. But I'm kind of curious to know, every year when Mercury does retrograde, does it retrograde in one specific element? Because it's retrograding in the air signs this year. So I'm going to have to go back and give myself that answer, since I'm looking for the question.
Yeah, that's a really good question that I've never thought about either. But
yeah, it just came into my head just now. I'm like, I wonder if in the past the retrogrades were all in the same element, but because it is this year, and I don't know if that's just a I hate this word, coincidence. I can't stand that word. Can we use a different word? Don't like
synchronicity, serendipity. What do you want?
Yeah,
that works. Those 2 work.
2 things that happen at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to have to go and research that to find out if in the past, when Mercury has retrograde, if it retrograde in the same element throughout the entire year or not. So I'm kind of curious on that.
Yeah, now I am too.
Intuitively speaking, I'm hearing no. And the reason why I'm hearing no is because most of the time, Mercury goes retrograde 4 times within the year, and there's only 3 signs per element. So that doesn't mean my intuition is correct. It just means, logically speaking, that's how I'm thinking of it. But I'm going to go and check that out. And stay tuned for the answer. I will get back to you on that answer.
Yeah, we will require that answer next week, ma'am.
Yes, you'll get it, without a doubt. I might even send it to you before the show, just so we all know.
Yay!
There we go. That would be good.
So I think that's pretty much what's going on. That's the heavy stuff. And I use the word heavy, meaning in a more exciting way. It's that exciting energy that's going on, because by this time we all know that yes, we're going to have seven planets in one astrological sign, which will be Aquarius. And that just means for all you Aquarius out there, whether you're a moon, sun, or rising Aquarius, and I'm going to put myself in this category, we will be feeling this energy because I happen to be a moon Aquarius. Goodness gracious. I happen to be one. So I'm going to feel this energy more so than someone who does not have Aquarius sitting in those three areas of their chart. But then you also want to go and check out your chart to see where the other planets, if any of those are sitting in Aquarius, because if so, you'll feel it as well.
But aren't they also going to be sitting in Aquarius?
Yes, but what I mean by on your specific chart.
Your chart.
Oh.
Yeah, your own personal chart. So for example, on your chart, let's say Jupiter might very well be in Aquarius on your chart, which means you're going to feel this energy like I am, because Aquarius is in my moon.
Okay. I got you.
So that's
as
what I mean by
opposed
that.
to me that has the completely lopsided chart and nothing as an Aquarius.
Oh, you don't have anything in Aquarius at all?
I would have to look closely, but as far as I understand, I've got Saturn and the North Node in Scorpio. Everything else is in Libra or Virgo.
Oh, wow. Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
So
it's very strange.
You don't have anything in Leo?
Nope.
Okay, there it goes. So you are one of the blessed ones that will not feel this energy as much as those of us who do have Aquarius in the chart. But we're all going to feel it. So, Gayle, I don't want you to feel left out and think you're not going to feel this. You're going to feel it.
But my lead is probably going to be Mercury retrograde and me going, editing time, yay!
Yes.
That's great.
Yes, exactly. And just want to put out there, and I'm going to move on so Krista can share her stuff.
Okay. Time out, though, because I want to go back to our audience right now. We've got some more comments in the chat thing.
Okay.
So, first of all, CJ quoted you, Joanne. I love it. Don't get stuck in the shadows. Joanne Angel Barry Colon.
There you go.
You've been quoted. You are official. Awesome. Thank you so much for doing that, CJ. Courtney White, welcome. Thank you for coming in at the invitation of Julie Delzo. We're glad to have you here. No, like and trust. No, like, comment, and share to be entered into the drawing for our weekly giveaway. And make a couple other comments anyways, because we'd like to get to know you a little better. Join the group. Awesome. All right, so let's see. Julie's asking us, what does retrograde mean in this case? Can you answer that for her, Joanne?
Sure can, definitely. Good question. Retrograde energetically means that the energy of the specific planet itself slows down and almost goes backwards. Doesn't mean it goes backwards, it just slows down. And the whole process, retrogrades have a really bad rap, so to speak. But retrogrades is a really great time to reflect, which is why it's called retrograde. It's the RE. Anything that has the RE in front of it is a reflection period. Gives you the opportunity to reflect on how we communicate, how we plan things, how we travel. Reflect on, rebooting your computer if you need to, or saving, whatever documents, wherever you need to save them, to make sure you have them saved in multiple places. So if and ever, I'm going to not put that energy out there, but retrograde is just about a reflection. It's got many people put taboo on it in reference to oh my God, it's Mercury retrograde, this is a bad time. No, it's actually a really good time. And there are certain things in the retrograde that we suggest we do not do. But again, depending on if Mercury's in your chart and what's it under, it could be a really great time to do all the things that we're suggesting not to do, such as sign a contract, buy something big, have a major conversation with somebody that you really want to get the point across. These are things that are suggested not to do, but it could also be really highlighted for those who might have Mercury sitting in a particular degree and where it's sitting on your chart, that it could be a really good time for this. So just note that the retrograde is a reflecting time, and it just gives us time to sort of like breathe and relax. I hope I answered that and gave you a better understanding to retrograde.
Awesome. Also, Sue
Can I
has
add,
Sue
I
has
was gonna say,
popped
can I
in.
add something to that?
Yes.
You.
We just want to say hi to our sponsor, Sue. Thanks for
Hi,
joining
Sue.
us.
Sorry.
Krista, go ahead. It's
So
okay.
before
You've
I
interrupted your
forget-
mother a dozen times, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Love you, Mom. Mwah. No, seriously. No, so one of the things also with retrograde, Mercury retrograde, that I learned from Kathy Rose, who's another astrologer, awesome astrologer that I know, is she said rather than, going down the road of thinking of Mercury retrograde as taboo, is think of it as a time to complete. All right. Think of it as that time where I love how Gayle said, I'm going to be editing. It's a great time for editing, right?
Yeah.
It's a great time for completing, like Joanne said, all her books. It's a great time for completing that. It's a great time for if you have that project that you've said, oh, I'm going to get to it. Mercury retrograde will help you understand if you really are going to get to it. Because it's a great time to complete it. If you're not going to pull it out during Mercury retrograde, let me share something with you. Just let it go. Okay. Which is what the full moon is for. So let it go.
Oh, God, no. She's up there in the cold white north and she's singing again.
Yes. And they're together. Our full moon and retrograde, Mercury retrograde, are together. They're literally 2 days apart. We are in what they call the shadow period to the Mercury retrograde. And for those who are wondering what the shadow is, again, we have that shadow word. It just means that the energy is already, I'm going to use the word amplified. So we are already feeling the need to want to finish something, I got a new tongue, sorry. The need to want to put a period at the end of the sentence to say, you know what, this no longer serves. I have to let it go. Well, I've learned all that I can learn from this lesson, and now it's time to graduate. It's time to go to your teacher and say, okay, you know what, I'll settle with the C or the B. I don't need the damn A. I'm ready to move on.
Right?
No need to have the A. I'm ready to go.
As long as I'm passing, we're good. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So I want one more quick question from the board of comments is from CJ. How do you get these charts? Now, you can go and check anywhere on the internet, but we have an astrologer in our back pocket named Kendrick Greer that if you want to reach out and get a proper chart with a little bit of interpretation so that you can understand it, because literally it's all glyphs. Right? So if you don't know the stuff, Kendrick is really, really great at telling you what it means. So if you would like us to direct you to Kendrick, put a comment in the chat saying Kendrick, and we'll make sure that you guys get hooked up. Okay? Well, maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but you know what I mean.
Connected. We'll say connected.
Yes,
yes,
connected.
We'll help you connect.
Yes.
And
I'm sure he'd be really delighted to get hooked up. But,
I'm sure he would, but I'm not in that business no more.
Isn't it Valentine's season? Come on now, we all could be a little cupids, can't we?
Awesome. All right, and one last thing before we get to awesome. CJ wants to know or get connected with Kendrick. One last thing before we go to Krista's section, and that is your mother loves you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
I love her too.
So let's move it along into Krista's crystal of the week, Celestite.
Hello. Okay, so you guys saw my Celestite or Celestine, depending upon they're both correct. I showed you a picture of it, which, by the way, I took out in the snow. And later on, I'm going to put a really pretty snow picture with it that I took. I wanted to do it after the show. But yes, so let me show it to you. Mine happens to have a beautiful blue color. Now, these can come in many shades of blue and gray and actually yellow. And there are like 7 colors I was reading about, which I didn't know. The reason why yellow sticks out for me is because of what it does. However, we're going to focus on the blue and the gray. And the reason why we're focusing on the blue and the gray is because it is great for communication. And it was really, I'm always amazed, and I don't know why I'm amazed. I have no clue because it happens all the time. And I think I say it every week, don't I? I am always amazed what the crystal of the week pops up as because of how perfect it is for either the energy we're in or the energy we're getting ready to go into. And Joanne was just talking about everything in terms of communication, right? And this one's great for communication. Celestite is also is a fantastic stone to connect you to the angelic realms. Now, I'm not going to dive into the meditations of connecting with angelic realms in this segment. Maybe that might be something I do a little bit later as a separate workshop or something. But when you want to connect to those higher elevations, those vibrations that are way up there in the ethers, Celestite is a wonderful stone. The other thing, because it has such a high connection with the angelic realm, is it's a great dream stone. So if you put it by your bedside table and you want to dream, there are some people that really don't get into that REM stage, and they have a difficult time remembering their dreams from the REM. That's another whole other workshop we can do. However, sorry, my brain, seriously, I am like, things are just downloading really right? This. I'm like going, oh my God, I need to be writing this stuff down. My brain, sorry. But it helps you connect to your dreams. And dream work can be so fascinating. And when we're going into such a high vibration as this wolf moon, of course, is significant because it is our first full moon of the year. Mm-hmm. And it is a late full moon. Sometimes our full moons come earlier in the month, which means that we haven't had quite enough time to continue to slough off the year before. Well, let me tell you guys, I don't know about you, but I am so ready to slough off. Finish it. 2020, you're done. Right? So it is going all back to let it go. Yes, I am in the north and it's snowy. No, I'm not. I'm not going to break out into song again. But this is a great stone for so many reasons. But that one in particular, in terms of really connecting into your dream world and really connecting to the messages that spirit is trying to share with you. Now, if you're wanting to connect while you're in your waking hours, sit with the stone, and you don't have to have a big stone like this. This was years in the making to coming to me. And I got it on my daughter's birthday. Yeah, it was her birthday and I bought a present for me. Oh, well.
You gave birth to her. Wait. Time out 1 second. This is a worldwide misunderstanding. Why shouldn't the mother get presents on a child's birthday? They put in a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, literally. Okay? Mamas get presents. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah. Carry on.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, I agree.
All right. And you know what? I do too. So I bought myself a present on my daughter's birthday. I shall rephrase it. And this was years coming to me. So, but for me, You can get one. Like my daughter, I have a polished Celestite for her that's smaller. I mean, it's a lot smaller, but she has it in a bowl beside her bed. Maybe I think she doesn't have the bowl beside her bed anymore. I think it's on her chest of drawers. But when they were little, they being all three of my kids, I had bowls of crystals, and they were very specific by their beds. And for my daughter in particular, I use Celestite to help her sleep more peacefully. And because she was a dreamer, and sometimes her dreams were very vivid. Also, my oldest son, I had that for him because he suffered from night terrors when he was really little. And I found that once I put that there, it helped him. It helped him out tremendously. So Celestite is great, but it's an awesome throat chakra communication stone. So remember, our dreams also are ways that spirit communicates with us. And it's an amazing stone to work with. And with everything that's been going on, everything that's coming up, it's really kind of hitting the perfect spot for this time of the year, even though, right here at the beginning, towards the end of the month, in the area of a full moon, because there are things that we probably need to communicate, not maybe out loud for everybody else, but how about communicating with yourself?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How about that self-talk? How about, that reel-to-reel that plays in your head? Not the nice one. We were talking about the mean girl and the bully last week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this helps the mean girl and the bully as well. Helps them get a clue.
If I have conversations with myself, I'm going to have to beat myself up.
There you go. So, but it's being honest, coming down into that honesty part, and being able to release and let it go. We were talking, Joanne talked about shadow work. A card, what got the whole shadow thing is I pulled a card before we got started. All right, I'm going to show you. It's from Miracles Now. It's the qualities I dislike in others are disavowed parts of my shadow, which kind of is what led this whole shadow conversation. and it's true. So shadow isn't necessarily negative. It's just you have to have the yin and the yang. You can't go through and only have one. Right. There's a balance of both. In order to make things work, to grow, to really become that best version of you. So yeah, if you need to get a piece of Celestite, I go ahead and make a comment that you're looking for a place to buy it. I have a couple of great vendors that I enjoy buying from, and because I feel like I'm a professional at buying online. I'll happily share my vendors.
Awesome stuff.
And if anybody new has come and you have any questions, please comment the questions. I'll answer them later if Gayle doesn't ask me them now.
Right? And there's actually no real new questions. Sue mentions that she also puts Celestite by her bed, and it helps her sleep better at night. She's very grateful for that. I think that you were the one that mentioned that to her. But I want to say hello to Aman Sagar. Aman just joined us a few moments ago while we were doing your segment and saying, hey. So, hi, Aman. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like, comment, and share this broadcast to be entered in our weekly drawing. And speaking of our weekly drawing, I want to do something other than that actually right now. This past week, in the group, we surpassed 100 members, right? It's actually a big deal. It's a big deal, right? So I wanted to make sure that we gave out a special prize, and I put up a post in the Facebook group last week. Anybody who commented on that post is entered in this drawing. There were 6 people that entered into this drawing. And congratulations to Sherry Turner. I spelled your name wrong. I know there's not supposed to be an E on the end. Sorry about that. But you are the winner of our 100 members milestone giveaway. So please reach out to me, private message. Give me your email, well, not your email address. I'm going to need your snail mail address because I put something together for you that is so awesome. Okay, so here it is. And it's a blending of 5 crystals. I don't know how well you can see because of all of that.
Oh, there.
Yeah, the other.
Back right there.
Perfect. Right there is perfect.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
So yeah, so that's all together. And when I did this, I kind of asked, of my crystals, who wants to go play with Sherry? And these are the ones that said, yep, we're volunteering for duty. And so I want to give you a little quick rundown. There's an Aqua Aura quartz, there's a purple fluorite, there's a demortuorite, there is a jacquard celestial quartz, and a clear quartz. Now, all of those together, it's an interesting little theme. It's just like when Krista picks what stones they're going to be for the 3 months out, and then that week it's just perfect, right? So these came together in an amazing way. So the Aqua Aura smooths the body's aura, releases negativity, encourages opening to channels. So you just open your mouth and wisdom falls out, right? Purple fluorite discourages chaotic, disruptive, and disorganized growth. It's a stone of discernment and aptitude, right? Demortuorite reduces excitability, eliminates stubbornness, and excellent for developing patience. The jacquard, that's what I call my everything's gonna be all right stone. I just look at that thing and I know everything is gonna be all right. And then of course the quartz amplifies everything else that it comes into contact with. And I gave you a little breakdown sheet. This is gonna go in the package and go out to you as well. But I gotta say this, after I put this together and they volunteered to go to you and all this, I friend requested you and I took a look at your Facebook page, Sherry, and now I understand why these ones want to go with you. They will be very, very helpful to you in the coming weeks, months, and years to come. Who knows? So make sure that you reach out to me. I will get this out into the mail for you as soon as possible. And yay! Thank you all of our members for being part of 3 Crones and the Woo Woo. Thanks. Awesome. All right. So we have some congratulations to Sherry. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate your compliment on that. And what's next? Oh, yeah. Me.
Is that you?
That'd be me. Gayle's creative. Right? Oh, so today we're going to talk a little bit about telling your story, right? And it's interesting because once I pulled this out of what we were doing this week, of course, if anybody has watched Hamilton, you probably have the same earworm now that I've had for the last few days. That beautiful song, Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, right? And there's a couple of different levels that I want to talk to about that, because that reference is all about people who outlive you and tell the next generation about you when you're gone, right? It's a great little earworm, but it's not really the point of what I wanted to talk about with this particular segment. See, a lot of times we can get into a cycle or a pattern that we don't even recognize. And that is in telling our story, right? The story behind the bad things that happened to us, the patterns that we've had in the past that we've worked really hard to get out of. But then, like Krista was talking about, you kind of fall back into that shadow of, oh, this is still how it is, and this is and talking about those things that you have already learned as if you hadn't graduated from that class yet, right? And taking back into us that victimization or that lack of empowerment or whatever by repeating the things over and over again that created that prison for you from the beginning, right? So we need to be very careful. And I recognize that I've fallen into this trap the last 6 weeks or so myself. And it creates a downward spiral of depressiveness and a lack of self-confidence and a lack of fire in your life, you know, where you start going, well, that when this happens, this is what happens next, and this is what happens next, and not recognizing that that was the progression of things before you did all this work. There's a different progression of things now, right? So it becomes an exercise or a practice in building up the strength of our muscles of clarity and determination, right? That we want to stay focused on telling our story from the point of view of victor, not victim, healer, not broken, that type of thing. Because the story itself doesn't necessarily change, but the words that we use to tell that story does, right? I used to use this example when I was public speaking a long time ago. All right. Now, a woman gets pregnant. The context will determine whether she's happy or not about that. She's still pregnant. Nothing about the fact that she's going to have a baby has changed, but the context about that is different. See, if you're 16 years old and the boyfriend has run off and your very conservative parents are going, where did we go wrong, right? Being pregnant is not a good thing, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're 32 and you and your husband have been trying for 8 years and it finally catches, still pregnant. Context totally shifted. So I invite all of you to take a look at the stories that you're telling about what's going on in your life. The circumstances necessarily won't change, but the context, how you relate to those circumstances, are what will either empower you or disempower you. So be vigilant to be on the side of empowerment, expansion, adventure, curiosity, all of those exciting words that get the molecules just vibrating, than the place that you were before, which is a slow downhill slide, right? So that is it for me today. And I want to make sure that you are directed to go visit our sponsor once again, Sue at Class Act Import. She's here in the group today, so reach out to her, friend her, follow her page, become a part of the group over at I think it's Retail. Sue, will you put the name of the group in there? It's Retail with CA, Sue and CAI.
Therapy with Sue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Retail Therapy with Sue at Class Act. CAI, Class Act Imports.
Excellent. All righty. So that takes care of that. That's my segment. That's the 100 members winner. What else do we have to do today?
We have Joanne's winner.
Joanne's winner. That's right. Awesome.
That's right.
Joanne, tell us a little bit about what they've won, and then I'll reveal who won it. Okay?
All right. Well, it's that new tongue, I tell you. It's because I've been talking all day. Anyway, they won this amazing book, Declutter, Reshape, and Feng Shui. And just to give you a little backstory, I've mentioned this last week. The Declutter and Reshape portion of this book was 10 years in the making, and started out as a workshop. And that workshop was recorded with the idea of it was going to become a book. And once I had it recorded, transcribed, and sat there and read it, I was like, not quite feeling it at the time. So 10 years later, with all the amazing modalities that I've endured over the last 10 years, has helped me finally get into a book. And with the help of a feng shui specialist, her part's in the book as well. So when you're getting this book, this is just not your everyday, let's declutter and reshape. This is about decluttering. And when I use the word decluttering, yes, it will help you declutter the closet, and it will help you declutter the refrigerator. But it's also going to help you declutter your body and your thoughts and your connection with anything that goes with the word declutter and reshape. It's going to actually help you reshape your mind, body, and spirit. There's a lot of fun things in here. It's an easy read. I mean, theoretically, it's not even a read. It's a real easy, practical book that will actually, in fact, it's so interesting. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it gives you your hand, the biggest tool that we all can use in reference to portion sizing. Because what tends to happen for many of us when we eat, we tend to just eat without being mindful of our portions. And that's what sort of gets us into trouble, so to speak. So Aphrodite is the artist to that, and I just thought it was perfect.
Where'd your sound go, Joanne?
Joanne, where's your sound?
Somebody's trying to call her, I'll bet.
If it's not my tongue getting twisted, it's the tools that come in. I don't know.
I don't believe any of that bunk about Mercury retrograde and interrupted communications or none of that crap. No.
Yeah, it has to do with that.
No.
Exactly. And as I was saying, it also gives you, I believe there are three amazing workouts in here that I put together because I'm an expert at workouts. Yeah. I cannot tell you how many people call me in the course of a week through email, phone, and text asking me to put together their workouts for them because I put together the best damn workouts. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen me full length, but I have a booty that puts J-Lo's booty to shame. So anyway.
Dang, Joanne's got the Brazilian bump going on.
Yes. And you too can have that booty from this book as well. So that's just one of the, or should I say, two of the major aspects in this book. So anyone who's going to win this, the person who's going to win this, believe me when I say this is a great book. And there's going to be a lot of things you'll be able to do with this book. And just in time with the full moon and everything else that's going on this year. So congratulations, whoever's going to win.
Are we ready? Drum roll, ladies. Drum roll. And it is congratulations to Tracy Paquin. Congratulations. You will receive a copy of Joanne's book. So please reach out to Joanne's messenger to give her your address so that she can mail that out to you, okay? Now, I want to point out something. We love you, Tracy. We love you, Julie. We love everyone that follows us. If we don't start getting some more sharing going on, Tracy's going to end up winning every single week. So can I get some help?
We love you, Trace. Seriously. But you know what? Share the wealth.
Yes, everybody else has to participate. Yes.
Come on. The only way y'all can win or have a chance of winning is if you play the game.
Yep.
Exactly.
And we have good prizes. Why wouldn't you want our prizes?
Exactly.
Hello?
Exactly.
So let's run over those rules again, okay?
Okay.
Krista, you tell them.
You need to first share the video, the current podcast video. So if you're in right now, hit share. There's a button there. Hit the share. Comment with hashtag share, hashtag 3 Crones, hashtag woo woo. We love you. I don't know. Put a comment in there. That gets you in. Oh, wait. And did I mention? Invite a friend and have them like our group page. You know, guys, we are awesome. And one day, I swear, spit takes will happen. I'm not sure if it'll be on our end or on your end. But
right?
This is free and it is real. And you never know when my husband's going to walk in.
It's a possibility one day he may not be wearing a robe.
I was thinking
I'm waiting for that.
thing. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Don't give my ideas.
It will boost our ratings. Why not? Give them a little
Okay, my daughter peeked in.
pink shorts or something.
Maybe for Valentine's Day.
Awesome. Well, on that note, I'm going to say thank you to everybody watching us. Please, as mentioned before, please visit our sponsor, Sue at Class Act Imports. She is here in the group as I speak. So if you'd like, reach out to her directly and take a look at what she's got, because she's got some really beautiful, authentic Baltic amber. And you may not realize this, but you have to be careful with Baltic amber because there are companies out there that will give you reconstituted plastic and not know the difference at their sales table. So make sure you go with somebody that you can trust, like Sue. All right. Now, also, this is all put together by us, the Three Crones. But it's sponsored and supported by Dimensional Healing with Krista Ducharme, Creative Command Coaching and Consulting with myself, Gayle Nicholson, and also Wholistic Fitness New York with Joanne Angel Barry Colon, and underwritten by GayleNicholson.com. You can watch us everywhere on YouTube, on Facebook, on GayleNicholson.com. And we are interviewing with other distribution areas to get on streaming again. And also we're looking at regular local television. So keep your fingers crossed for us, and we'll be looking at that again soon. I want to say one last thank you and goodbye from all three of us, Three Crones. Have a fantastic week. And remember, like, share, comment, and win. Ooh, there we go. Have a good one. Bye.